So the Mousterian culture of the Neanderthals flourished worldwide between about 250,000 and 35,000 years ago. Now, the origin of this poem is a bad pun conflating the Mousterians and a mid-60s proto-grunge group called Question Mark and the Mysterians, whose one hit was 96 Tears. And so the title of the poem is a question mark about the Mousterians. Okay, a question mark about the Mousterians. We can't remember why they failed, so we imagine many tales. Extinct from years of interbreeding, their DNA randomly floats in our genome mead. Or in a worldwide species war, our longer limbs impaled their shorter ones. After hundreds of thousands of summers of sameness, they failed to learn new ways when ice came south, or gradual dwindling from a minor handicap in the peaceful fight for scraps of food. Their men and women stalked big game together. Our men pursued the larger brutes while women gathered nuts and fruit. In a dance of death, they stabbed their prey. We harpooned ours from far away. Their pelvis could not take the shock ours could, and made them run more slowly through the woods for shorter lengths of time. And they couldn't speak or hear the differences in simple sounds like sit and sear. Or perhaps their ears were too attuned to the constant humming of the earth as it hurtles into space around the sun, and the sorrowful groaning of shifting plates made them too crazy to mate. Okay. Next poem is called Preparations for the Day When. Preparations for the Day When. Prepare to stand by, on hold this for me because I want to hold on. Prepare to take off what you want to take off. I will look at what is left if left alone. Prepare to land at my farther along you'll know all about. The hand is quicker than the need to be quick. Prepare to hand in your resignation as the first step by step, closer and closer with the beat and out of tune. Prepare to tune out all distractions. Prepare to discover the magic of pelagic life that's way too deep to depend on something as undependable as the preparations made each day for distant certitudes, future maybes. Prepare to stop listening to voices. Prepare to resist conscientiously. Prepare to prepare for the cleverness of every day and the cunning of night. Prepare to fire away at every sound you hear. Prepare to stutter words to morning darkness. Prepare the placement of your hands against the quaver of the flames, each sudden bounce of light melting preparations for a frown into liquid smiles that make me want to stand and hold you. Prepare to stand by on hold. Okay, let's go back to the book now. A couple of years ago, the University of Pittsburgh's Frick Fine Arts Museum asked me to write a poem about its exhibit of Audubon bird prints. And I decided to do with words to Audubon what John Coltrane did with sounds to my favorite things, to turn a well-loved work of traditional art into a modernist work. So I used the language equivalence of the principles of Cubist painting to deconstruct and then reconstruct the reality of Audubon. The poem is called Imaginary Landscape with 29 Birds, and it has 29 stanzas, all but one, not reading the whole thing, all but one of which describes an Audubon bird, but I didn't want to describe what the poem's about. I'm going to read 6 of the birds tonight, 6 of the 29. All from Audubon, and whenever I read this poem, I don't name the birds, but it's right there in the book, which is another reason to buy it. Okay, so here's excerpts, 6 birds from Imaginary Landscape with 29 birds. Reptile stalking, snake legs balance, whiter feather, arching cruelty, ending eyes, black-brown scissors poking after lizard slither. Turned away from sea cliff yearning, fledging squawkers, black and iron slivers, sparse crest move to hidden magnet wind rocks. Barnacle molds adorning branches, beak thrust, ensconcing kisses, feeding flap wings, blissful yawn. Roseated wing at spans, drips carmine deep, spoonbill wobbles, claw-gripped rock decline to gnat soup distant islands dreary. Long brown pods of honey locust split in seedless blackness, pecks at bareness, clasps on pencil furling wing. And one more. One of many riding eastern hemlock, penetrating yellow bud, other hanging lanterns, other flapping celebrations. Do I have time for one or two more? What's that? One or two?
How long is it?
I have two like this. What's that?
Go.
Okay, all right, okay, quickly. My brother still runs like rain. These last two are new poems, and I'll just read the one then the next. My brother still runs like rain. My brother's bones and kidneys must be walking somewhere now, transplanted into other men, perhaps in steady rain the hour before the sunrise. Each raindrop holds the water molecules of former living things, now decomposed, transformed to ice and steam, then cloud. Soon former raindrops walk the city streets. Soon future raindrops step between the fallen branches over muddy cracks. Raindrops somewhere in the world once formed my brother's water base, and Pascal's too, centuries past. And yet this rain is not the same as them. Insensate liquid fall, just bounce and pool, cover, spread, run in rivers at the curb, like my brother used to run at dawn, bare-chested, under waterberries hanging temporarily from leafless trees, through umber streets, counting footsteps, leaping over puddles, chased by clouds that promise downpour any minute now. And I'll finish up quickly with Infinity finally speaks, finally. Infinity finally speaks. A baby-aid is crawling into pockmarked moonset boundlessly, where crossing rays of light turn parallel. Just begin anywhere and see where it goes. Just begin where you are and see where you go. Just begin. And go on forever, or as long as you can, reach the edge of the edgeless, the vanishing point, walk upon a twisted space, a tail-devouring serpent. I'm going round in circles, and what's so bad about that? The same place at the same time, the same day of every week, just another number in the set, the non-existent part of magnitude, but more than that, remove a part of me, and I remain the same. Add a part of me, and I remain the same. I remain. A baby-aid is crawling into pockmarked moonset boundlessly, where crossing rays of light turn parallel. Thank you.